ferns. You know, between two ferns. Selfie sticks, that odd Frank Underwood impersonation. Who knew President Obama had such range when it comes to comedy? Well, when it comes to selling his policies to the American public, sometimes comedy, as our John Berman reports, is all part of the plan.
You hear the one about the president who went on Jimmy Kimmel?
Is there any way we could fly Obama to some golf course halfway around the world and just leave him there? Well, RW is surfer girl. I think that's a great idea.
How about the one who did Fallon?
I'm President Barack Obama. And I, too, want to slow jam the news.
What about Letterman, Colbert, Stewart, and Bob Schieffer? Yes, this president does funny, or at least tries to, a lot.
I have to know, what is it like to be the last black president?
Seriously? What's it like for this to be the last time you ever talk to a president?
It's not so much that he does the late night shows or tells jokes. All presidents and candidates do a version of that. Heck, Richard Nixon even did Laugh In.
Sock it to me?
But for President Obama, it's not just pushing punchlines, it's pushing policy.
My guest today is Barack Obama. President Barack Obama. Here we go. Okay, let's get this out of the way. What did you come here to plug?
Well, first of all, I think it's fair to say that I wouldn't be with you here today if I didn't have something to plug. Have you heard of the Affordable Care Act?
The White House thinks his appearance between two ferns with Zach Galifianakis helped goose signups for Obamacare.
The president's gone on late night a number of times to do things that are both funny and relevant to shaping his image and potentially moving his work forward.
And he didn't just slow jam the news, he slow jammed college affordability.
The reason it's so important to keep down costs is so we keep college affordable.
And the president knows his stuff, y'all.
And in this day and age, people don't just see it once, it's posted everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The president even did a whole dedicated shoot for BuzzFeed.
Thanks, Obama.
It must be said that sometimes the hugs for the funny media are a Heisman for the traditional news media.
The White House can now generate their own content internally, right, and bypass the media entirely.
Hello, everybody. This is not Frank Underwood. This is Barack Obama. Happy April Fool's Day. Frank learned it from me.
And if that's where people are watching, you have to hit them where they're watching, even if it's right in the pants.
I'm all right with the president wearing jeans. I'm not all right with the president wearing those jeans.
Can I just say something?
Yeah,
I think that's mean, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the jeans you wear.
Jimmy, I think they've got a point. Have you been working out?
John Berman.
Thanks, everybody.
CNN, New York.
Let me throw it to Brianna Keilar on the red carpet with Peter Hamby and John Favreau. Hey, guys.
Hey, so, okay, this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
The White House press corps gets very cranky when the president gives an interview to BuzzFeed or Kimmel or a YouTube star and they're not talking to the sainted White House correspondent.
Very, a lot of whining.
Why is the White House doing this?
Because we want people to hear our message, move the president's agenda forward. No, I mean, they talked about this in the piece, but when he did Between Two Ferns, the number of people that went to healthcare.gov was enormous. And we actually got more people who signed up for health insurance because he went around the traditional media and did something funny. Humor breaks through.
Yeah,
Is it sometimes, though, when you have a White House correspondent or you have someone in the White House press corps, that they follow the president day in, day out? So in a way, I don't want to say that they can sort of call him on the nuances of things. They know every little detail.
Right.
So if you don't have someone who knows every little detail, aren't the questions sometimes a little softer that he gets, which I could imagine if I'm the president I would rather enjoy?
Well, first of all, everyone still gets to ask him questions. He still does press conferences. He still has to deal with the White House press corps. It's not like we don't have to do that. Sometimes he does press conferences and he answers questions.
I was a White House correspondent for 3 years, and I asked the president this many questions at press conferences.
Congratulations.
And I bet they were tough questions.
I averaged, 2 and 3 years. So.
But look, he has gone on The Daily Show, he's gone on Leno, on some of these late night shows, and they've asked really substantive questions. It hasn't just been like light fluff, right? And so I've seen him, I mean, he's been talking in detail about Afghanistan and stuff like that when he's sitting with Jay Leno. And so I think that,
And it's not just that, look, I mean, like the press corps gets angry because they think they're being made irrelevant. They're not irrelevant. Like, we still matter. It's just that, like, the media environment is so fragmented. We're just one part of it. I mean, when they did those YouTube interviews, the combined social reach of those YouTube stars, including Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, was 32 million people. I mean, 9 million people are watching NBC Nightly News, for example.
Yes.
Like, it's a huge audience. And I talked to David Axelrod about this one time, and he just said we have to go fishing where the fish are.
You have to meet people where they are, and it's a different media environment, and we have to reflect that reality in the White House, or the president doesn't get his message across. Right. So.
All right, Poppy, back to you in New York.
All right, guys, thanks. And Laurie, you heard it there from John Favreau, defending, hey, this is how we talk to the younger generation through social media. But have you seen that they've really controlled the message in many ways?
Yeah, I mean, you see that the Obama administration is brilliant with social media. They started out being brilliant with social media in 2008. I think we have a responsibility now more as journalists. You can't just scoff and say, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Meerkat, Periscope. You have to be even smarter. You have to get on it. You have to ask the tough questions. I do think this is a conversation we're going to have because the whole journalism landscape is completely changing because of Twitter, because of Facebook. We have to figure out the smartest ways to approach these things and continue to hold people accountable.
Differentiating between reliable sources and unreliable sources, a conversation we're going to continue to have. I have to get a break in. We'll be back on the other side as this dinner gets underway. The program is about to begin. The president will be speaking. Saturday Night Live, Cecily Strong will be speaking. And also, the president called him his little brother. Former body man Reggie Love will join us from the red carpet.